For centuries, before the era of plastic-wrapped produce, before genetically modified hybrids, and before supermarket shelves were filled with vegetables bred for shelf life instead of soul, our ancestors ate from the earth. They grew gardens that weren't just hobby plots, but survival kits. These were gardens filled with diversity, flavor, and nutrition so dense it would put a modern multivitamin to shame. But over the last few decades, a quiet disappearance has occurred. Massive agricultural corporations narrowed our choices down to a handful of profitable, uniform crops, and in the process, the vibrant, hearty vegetables our grandparents relied on were pushed to the brink of extinction. Today, I am uncovering 20 forgotten vegetables, crops so resilient, so nutritious, and so easy to grow that the industrial food system would rather you keep buying their bland, water-heavy alternatives. Pay close attention to the end, because number 1 was once considered the king of the garden, but is now almost impossible to find in a store. Number 20. The sunchoke. Often called the Jerusalem artichoke, this isn't an artichoke at all, but a native sunflower with a crisp, nutty tuber. Our grandparents grew these because they are virtually indestructible. They thrive in poor soil, require zero maintenance, and provide a massive harvest of prebiotic-rich food that supports gut health better than any designer yogurt. Number 19. Mangelwurzel. This giant beet was a homestead staple. Bred for sheer bulk, one root can weigh 20 pounds. They are the ultimate survival crop, capable of feeding a family through the harshest winter. Number 18. Sea Kale. Before trendy kale, ancestors grew this perennial maritime beauty. You plant it once, and it returns for 20 years. Its blanched shoots taste like a cross between asparagus and hazelnut, yet it disappeared because it doesn't ship well in trucks. Number 17. Skirret. In the 16th century, this was Europe's most popular root. It produces sweet, white roots that multiply on their own. It was abandoned simply because its irregular shape is too difficult for industrial machines to process. Number 16. Arach. Known as mountain spinach. This vibrant purple leaf was the backbone of summer salads before modern lettuce took over. Unlike spinach, arach doesn't bolt and turn bitter in the heat. It grows 6 feet tall and provides a continuous harvest of mineral-rich greens all summer long. Number 15. Kohlrabi. While you might see this in a specialty market now, it used to be in every backyard. It looks like a space satellite but tastes like a sweet, crunchy broccoli stem. Our grandparents knew it was the secret to staying healthy in the spring because it grows faster than almost any other vegetable and is packed with more vitamin C than an orange. Number 14. Good King Henry. This was the poor man's asparagus, a perennial green that starts producing food as soon as the snow melts. It requires no replanting and grows in the shade where other vegetables wither. It represents the ultimate independence, food that grows itself without a single chemical fertilizer. Number 13. Cardoon. A cousin of the artichoke prized for its edible stalks, this was a Mediterranean staple for 2,000 years. It was cast aside only because it requires traditional preparation that fast food culture forgot. Number 12. Parsnip. While still known, the true, massive, frost-sweetened parsnips of the past are a rarity. Our grandparents knew that a parsnip isn't ready until the ground freezes. The cold turns the starch into sugar, creating a vegetable as sweet as candy. Modern stores sell them small and waxed. The old way was to leave them in the frozen earth until they were needed. Number 11. Black salsify. Often called the vegetable oyster because of its unique, savory flavor. The dark, long roots can stay in the ground all winter. It's one of the few vegetables that actually tastes like a delicacy but grows with the ease of a weed. Number 10. Fat hen. Before it was labeled a weed, this relative of quinoa was a primary green. It contains more calcium and protein than almost anything in the supermarket, yet today we spray it with poison. Number 9. Purslane. Another weed that was once a garden staple. It is the highest plant source of omega-3 fatty acids on the planet. Our grandparents added it to salads and soups for heart health. It grows in the cracks of sidewalks, yet we've forgotten it's a superfood that costs nothing. Number 8. Celeriac. This gnarly, ugly root hides a secret. It has the flavor of celery but the texture of a potato. It stores for months in a cool cellar without losing its vitamins. It was the winter lifeline for generations, ignored today because it isn't pretty enough for the produce aisle. Number 7. Ground cherry. These tiny fruits grow in a husked shell like a tomatillo but taste like a tropical pineapple. They drop to the ground when ripe, offering a sweet treat that requires no effort. They were the candy of the Victorian garden, now lost to the era of processed sugar. Number 6. Lovage. Imagine a celery plant that grows 7 feet tall and lives for a decade. One leaf of lovage has more flavor than a whole bunch of store-bought celery. It was this secret ingredient in every grandmother's soup, providing deep, herbal nutrition year after year. Number 5. Rutabaga. The Swedish turnip was the wartime garden's backbone. It's a powerhouse of carbohydrates and fiber. Dismissed as peasant food, those growers were often healthier than modern consumers because they ate slow-grown, mineral-dense roots. Number 4. Walking onions. These incredible plants don't grow seeds. They grow new onions at the top of their stalks, which then bend over and walk across the garden, planting themselves. Once you have them, you have a lifetime supply of onions that never need to be bought again. Number 3. Watercress. Once grown in every stream and backyard spring, watercress is the most nutrient-dense vegetable in existence according to modern CDC scales. Our ancestors knew this instinctively. They ate it to purify the blood and sharpen the senses. Number 2. The Hubbard squash. These aren't your decorative supermarket pumpkins. A true heirloom Hubbard can grow to 40 pounds and has a skin so thick you need an axe to open it. That skin is the reason it was a favorite. It acts as a natural vault, keeping the sweet, orange flesh fresh for up to a year without refrigeration. And finally, number 1. The scarrot. No, let's talk about the true lost king, the Crosne or Chinese artichoke. These small, pearly white tubers look like spiraled seashells. They are crisp, juicy, and incredibly delicious. But the reason they are number 1 is that they represent the ultimate threat to the industrial food chain. They are a perennial tuber that produces hundreds of offspring from a single planting. They have no known pests, and they are so delicious they make a potato taste like cardboard. They were once a luxury found in every self-respecting garden, but because they are small and must be harvested by hand, they were deleted from the modern world. These 20 vegetables are more than just food. They are a bridge to a time when we weren't dependent on a fragile, global supply chain for our health. They represent a legacy of resilience that is still alive in the soil, waiting for you to plant them once more. The industrial food system thrives on your lack of options, but the moment you put a forgotten seed in the ground, you reclaim your independence. Subscribe now and remember that the garden of the future is actually the garden of the past. Start growing your own history today and feed your family the way nature intended.